James and James, Daily Freak Show. Wow!
Freak show, freak show.
James St. James Daily Freak Show. I am with a legend, Miss Chichi LaRue.
Well, thank you, James.
Is it safe to say that we met in the late 80s?
I remember drinking out of bottles of vodka with you at Limelight in New York. I mean, what was in those bottles of vodka, I could only guess now after seeing Party Monster, but hell yeah.
I think it's very rare that we find people who look better 20 years later than they did, back in 1990. You are one of those people. Can you tell me, is it just good lighting? What's going on with you?
I have been through a metamorphosis this last year and a half. I lost 130 pounds.
Let's cut to the fat picture.
Yes, cut to the fat picture. 130 pounds from gastric bypass, and I had a facelift last month.
Really? Can I see the scars behind the ears? Oh, you do have a scar behind your ear.
Yes, darling. Honey, I'm so Beverly Hills.
That's very chic. Wait, is this the best you've ever felt about yourself?
I feel great about myself. I'm glad that I lost weight. I'm glad I had a facelift. But if you're fat, big, large, whatever, and you love yourself, I mean, just be healthy.
So let's talk quickly about a Chichi LaRue porn set. Is it no nonsense?
No, you know what?
Tough cookie.
I'm actually not tough. I'm actually probably really easy. And that's why my sets are really good, because it's a family thing. We get there. We have a good time. I'm a cheerleader. I want the guys to look really good. It's not about me. It's about them. It's about the way that they look, the way that they're performing. It's about their comfort level.
Drugs on the set? Do you have zero tolerance?
Well, I do allow GHB and heroin. I know I have zero tolerance. I actually kicked in a door once when I found out that some people were doing crystal meth in the bathroom. And I was like, not only will crystal meth deter your performance, it gets on my nerves.
Let's a little pie chart here. What is technical? What is sexual? What is art? What is just wrangling fucked up people?
I think everything is art, no matter what you do. I mean, anything that you put out there and that you give yourself of a little bit is your art. And porn is my art, and I love it. I love sexuality. I love exploring sexuality. I love getting people to push their boundaries and be really nasty, but I also, I'm big on the safer sex aspects. And I have been ever since I started. So you can be really, really filthy and really, really dirty and still be safe.
Can you watch someone else's porn, or are you always critiquing, saying what you would do differently?
I'm actually really into like amateur guys that jack off.
Yes.
And straight porn. I love a lot of straight porn, even though, I've directed a lot of straight porn, but like the really nasty straight porn where it's like one girl and 300 men.
Right, yeah. Except sometimes I get sad after like looking in their eyes and I see how dead they are inside.
You know what? Yes, that is true, but I have to tell you, a lot of the girls I've worked with, like Savannah Sampson and Jenna Jameson and Mercedes and all these girls that I worked with Vivid, they really, really, really enjoyed doing it, and they loved performing for me. And that was...
that sort of sounds like towing the company line. Is that real?
It's real from them. There were girls that would have rather been anywhere else than on that set, and they hated their lives, and I always requested not to work with them, because you know what? It's not fun to direct someone when they don't want to do it.
Well, I'm going to segue into Mr. Joey Stefano, who was somebody that you discovered.
Yes.
Right. It was a very chaotic period, I imagine, in your life. In the past, I've invited trouble in, and I've said, come live with me. I will be a part of this. I will enable it and everything.
Well, that was my MO for a long time. I fell in love with everybody that I met and discovered. And when Joey came along, he was the one that I really fell in love with. I mean, not just a porn crush. This was a deep love. We never had sex. Whether it was a maternal thing for me, it very well could have been. I adored him. I worshipped him. I know that he adored and worshipped me. We had a very volatile relationship. He knew exactly what to say to me to get me to do whatever.
I know this relationship. I know it so well. And my question, therefore, is, do you bring that into your life now? Will you ever have a relationship like that again?
You know what, James? I don't think I'll ever have a relationship. I don't want a relationship because I would never wish a relationship with me on anyone.
Well, I say that all the time, too. I am too crazy. I know how crazy I am. I know what I've done to people before in the past. But is that just, are you blocking yourself off?
You know what? My friends are the important ones to me. That's my relationships. And I love having sex. I love meeting people. I love sucking off guys in bathrooms at bars. I love when someone comes up and pulls their dick out and shows it to me and grab a hold and wah 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 and have it. But you know what? I really think that my relationships right now at age 50, the important relationships are my friends, my family, family, the community.
Well, okay, that brings me to the Deeper and Deeper video, when the first time I think most people got to know you, the first time most people saw you outside of Los Angeles.
Does it always have to go back to Madonna?
It always does. It always does. Do you have any memories of that?
I do. I mean, she said my name without speaking to me many, many, many times during the shoot. Like, I would hear her saying my name because she was dating my neighbor, John Enos, at the time. And then when she turned to me and looked at me and said something to me, she said, "What's your name again?" And I was like, "Oh, Larry." Because I was so mad because she kept saying she all day long. And I could hear her. Oh, she also had a very hairy face.
I used to always say, who is that gap-toothed, hairy, old Italian woman with the beard?
I mean, she was very, very pretty, but she had lots of peach fuzz on her face, which I remember seeing in the light.
And also, Udo Kier and Sofia Coppola, a lot of people were in that.
I met Holly Woodlawn. So that was the highlight of my experience in the Deeper and Deeper video.
They say never meet your idols because they'll disappoint you. She is one person who doesn't disappoint.
I do have to agree with that. I've met a couple of my people that I do worship, but most of the time, like Boy George and Andy Bell and Mark Almond and Holly Johnson and all the people that I love and did worship. And I met Divine, and she was fabulous. She was very shy, out of drag, and Holly did not disappoint. So I've never really met anyone that I really hated. Cher was very nice. There's only been a couple, and I won't name any names who they were when I met them, and they were very mean.
Okay, so let's talk quickly about
James.
Oh, wow. So we're going to go back to a baby Chi-Chi. We're going back to Hibbing, Minnesota.
Oh, God.
Okay?
Now, there weren't any black people.
No black people.
Black people, and I wanted to be black.
You were urban in Hibbing, Minnesota.
I think that's why I am so into black men now, because there was not a black man within 200 miles of my hometown.
I never met a Jewish person until I went to New York, and that was the first time I ever had a bagel, and I sort of have like a Jewish man thing.
Oh, I have a Jewish man thing too, honey, the nose. Oh, girl.
So tell me about the first time you ever saw porn.
You know what? I used to steal Playgirl magazines from the local.
I did too.
Grocery store.
Yes, Rexall. And I put them down the front of my pants, and I'd go up to the front counter, and I would act all nice and buy some candy bars or something, so they never would suspect me.
Okay, but I did get caught by the pharmacist once.
No, but I also heard you would steal them, but you had a weird relationship with the gays, and you threw it in a swamp or something?
Oh, my God. Yeah, I had a very, very tumultuous relationship with my Playgirl magazines. I had stacks of Playgirl magazines, and I would feel guilty, and I used to throw them into the swamp, and then like a couple days later, after they were like wet and frozen and kind of curled up, I'd go back and rescue them and bring them back home like a discarded lover.
So you had like a push-me-pull-me relationship with porn from the very beginning.
Well, I was a Catholic boy. I was raised as an altar boy. It was guilty that I was looking at big, hairy dick. And then the first time I ever saw a porn movie was a straight porn movie called Pretty Peaches in Duluth, Minnesota.
And it was at the Strand Theater.
Strand Theater. Oh my God, you did your research, whore.
Honey, I know everything about you. I know everything.
God.
So, but the straight porn made you feel better? You didn't feel as conflicted?
No, I actually wanted to be one of the girls getting pounded.
Before this, hold on, your friend Angie, right, from high school, she remembers you in pink brushed denim hip hugger bell bottoms?
Because I was fat, so I would
wear a hip hugger.
I mean, I had to wear older people's clothes. So in the 70s, orange and checks and pink, and I would wear platform.
So you're a little Don Davenport, is what's happening.
Don Davenport meets John Travolta.
Cha-cha heels.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Black ones.
But did that go over well in high school?
No, I was teased unmercifully.
Okay. Well, we don't want to dwell on that, my dear. That's.
You know what? It made me what I am today, and thank you all for teasing me because I am a superstar and rich.
Well, wait, there were some famous people at your high school, too. Who?
Same high school as Bob Dylan.
What?
Yeah, my brother graduated with Bob Dylan.
So this encyclopedic knowledge that you've acquired through watching lots and lots of porn at the Strand Theater.
Yes.
And it puts you in good stead when you come to L.A. What was your first job?
My first job was selling porn for Catalina Video. I got it because of my knowledge of porn, and I worked in a porno bookstore in Minneapolis.
Was this just because you were a fat, lonely kid who had nothing to do but jerk off to porn?
Well, I worked in a pizza place where I gained probably about 85 pounds. Because I would eat something every time I went into the kitchen. But then I got a job at the porn shop, and it was fun. I knew everything. And I would turn my friends onto it, like the new Kesha song or the new Gaga song. Like, oh, you got to see Debbie Does Dallas 17. It's fabulous. And
Sharon Kane has a new...
Oh, Sharon Kane. Okay, you know what's weird about Sharon Kane is that she was in Pretty Peaches, the first movie that I ever saw. And now she's my assistant and one of my best friends.
Stop it. Now, do you think that, like, you willed that into being? Was that the universe pointing you in the right direction?
Well, you know what? They do say that if you put things out there, there, it comes to you. So I put a lot of Sharon Kane out there, and she put a lot of herself out there, and she came to me.
Are you still going to be in the business at 80?
I hope so, because what else am I going to do? I'm a DJ now, so I guess I could be spinning Tiffany songs at 80s night at some old folks' home.
What do you need to plug really quickly?
You know what? I just want to plug happiness and loving, and I'm leaving for London tomorrow, and I don't care about anything else except getting over there and seeing Boy George, because she gets her ankle bracelet off, and I'm going to get her in trouble, I think. No, I'm kidding.
Please give her a hug from me and tell him I said hello. And, darling, you look so gorgeous. You look so good. It was so nice talking to you.
And I'm so happy to be a freak on the Daily Freak Show.
Yay, oh my God. James Daily Freak Show. Ow! Ah!
You know it's better than